What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Calibria Crystal Guardians video. Today, guys, before we do anything, I just want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hope you guys have a great, beautiful, happy, and healthy day. Now, first things first, we're going to be going over the patch. It's a very quick patch. There's nothing too much to go over. And today's going to be a very exciting day because we're finally unlocking Yuki, which I'm very excited about. I actually unlocked him like yesterday or the day before yesterday. I've just been super busy with all the account reviews. I still have a few to put up, but I wanted to put this video up in between because it's Father's Day and I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. And I wanted to go over the update because I believe it's coming in a day or two. Let's actually go over it now before we do anything else. I think if I just click here, and if I click here, and there it is. So this is patch log 2.2.2. And it says, Dear Summoners, we're glad you made it this far. We are thankful for your support you are giving us. Thank you to Calibria for doing, what you are doing for us by keeping the game rolling and trying to keep it, as updated as possible. Now, the one thing I will say, it is a little stag lately. It's at the point like where you, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, I'm just saying like when you hit late game, it kind of gets a little boring. And I know that's just because the game is brand new and it still has a lot of work that needs to be done. And the end game content is still not even probably added to the game yet. So I believe that's why it gets a little stagnant as you hit, late game. So I'm hoping sooner than later, and not just by adding monsters, they start adding some, new content, maybe like an RTA kind of thing, something like that where the game can really, catch its spark. Would be really nice to see. But so pretty much here we'll read this because it's kind of important. It says, for now, we will be releasing 2 patches a month, this is kind of what they've been doing, to be honest with you. Then it says this is kind of just giving us like exact dates now, which is pretty cool. So it says the first patch will be released around the 15th of every month. Now it says around, so it's probably not necessarily going to be the 15th, but it'll be probably the week of the 15th. So it's important to keep that in mind. And we will emphasize some balance changes and bug fixes. We might also add some new content, but this is not main goal of this patch. The second patch will be introduced new content into the game, which is pretty much what they do now, is when they have like one major, they were kind of releasing one monster every week. They said they were going to release one monster every week, but that didn't quite happen. And then we had the event page, and then we were supposed to have like treasure hunt, all the stuff, but none of that stuff ever happened. But once we get down this list, you'll see that they're bringing it back. So we want to let you know that we are striving to make this game a great game, which is clear. They are trying. You could definitely see that, which is good. Spaceballs loves that. Thanks again for your support. So maintenance. So this is 22nd of June, so which is later in the week. I believe that's Tuesday or Wednesday. Right around when we pick our giveaway winner. So if you're not a part of the giveaway, make sure you go down to the description and you get a part of the giveaway. So it says maintenance time. So it might be short and delayed. It's always been like that. That will never change. And here is the new hero. She looks cool. She looks really cool. I'm very excited. The thing is, we don't really need new heroes necessarily. She doesn't look like a light dark. She probably looks like maybe a chaotic or evil, if I had to guess myself. Because they brought in Genie. Yeah, they brought Genie, Garuda, and Master Teo. So it's one of every faction. And plus they brought Genesis and Titan. So I guess they're going to start back at Chaotic, if I had to guess myself. And she kind of looks like a Medusa kind of thing. But she looks cool. She looks really cool. I'm happy about that. But again, the game doesn't necessarily need new monsters. We actually need like new content. Because we just got Yuki as well. And she's like just a bunch of monsters mixed into one. But again, I'm just happy to see new stuff. It gives Spaceballs a reason to summon. We haven't had much summons lately in the past week or so. So I'm very excited that this week we get to do major summons. I already have a bunch of summons lined up, so I cannot wait for that. So here we go back to the pirate treasure, which I was saying, I think this was supposed to be a couple weeks ago or last week or something like that. Skin trial ticket. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's like something where you can like try a skin out, see if you like it or something. That's what it reads like. Not sure if that's exactly what it is. Then we got a new skin for the Monkey King. Most people will never get the Monkey King, but the Holy Swordsman is nice because everybody uses the Holy Swordsman, so that was a very good idea. New L&D value packs. Not a fan of that. If you guys know, on this channel, we open a ton of LDs, and we've only pulled one LD Nat 5 out of probably like 200 plus LDs in total. So, yeah, it's nice to see them lowering the price on it, but I would like to see, you know, like a transcendent LD pack. That's what, you know, I think would really help, you know, balance the game a little bit. I know some people would say that would break the game, but I feel like they're just so hard to come by. If, you know, obviously it would be really expensive. It would probably be $100 plus. So I mean, I can't see it breaking the game, but again, I don't think they're ever going to do it, but it's just an idea. New activities, not sure what that means. Price adjustment for opening a guild. I've been in the same guild I've been in 2 guilds since I started, or 3 guilds since I started this game. So I don't really know what the price is to start a guild or anything like that. So, but I'm sure that's a good idea. Guild name limit length increase. I know my guild leader is going to like that because our name is abbreviated because he can't fit the whole thing in the you know, in the actual box. So it's abbreviated BTU and then a bunch of letters after that. So I'm sure he's going to like that. Friends limit increased. I like that. There's no reason why we can't have like 100 plus friends or 75 plus friends. I'm not sure what they're going to increase it to. I think it's 50 now. So probably see it at like 75 to 100, I would think. And then translation optimized. Not really sure what that means, but again, just glad to see it. Just glad to see the updates are continuing to come every single month. And they try to lay down an actual plan for these updates, which is really good to see. So they try to, because in the beginning, they didn't really tell us much, especially like the content creators. We would kind of get this news like a day before or like 2 days before, and it would just get sprung on us, and then half the stuff would come in the game and half the stuff wouldn't come in the game. So like you would make a video. This is why I stopped making, you know, update videos, because you would say something, you know, that you thought was coming to the game and that it would never come to the game. But that's besides the point. I know that happens. It happens with all companies. It's not their fault. It's just the way it is. But that's pretty much it for the patch. Very excited. So I think this hero's coming Tuesday or Wednesday. I have a bunch of summons lined up. I have my own summons, which we're going to have like 200 plus. I'm going to have like 10 LDs. So hopefully we can get lucky and pull a Titan. Because if you guys watched my last video, Titan is super broken, guys. After that video, I was doing some runs with, I'm just trying to pull up my game here. I was doing some runs with that Titan, and he was pretty much soloing Giant, Giant, here we go, so many more. I know you smiled though. He was pretty much soloing C12 by himself, because between the provoke and how much HP he gets at the start of the, you know, the match, it's just insane. He is absolutely insane, broken, and I really, really want him now. Like, he's at like the top of my list. Poseidon was at the top of my list, but now it's like they're pretty much tied. Titan and Poseidon would both make me jump through the roof because they both are just insanely broken. And I've played with them both now, so if I had to pick one at this point, I think Titan would be better for PvP content just because of his provoke and how much HP he gets. And then Poseidon would just be more, well, I couldn't pick. I actually couldn't pick. I don't know. I'd be happy with either one of them, to be honest with you. But that's it. That's it for the patch. That's it for my dream LD Nat 5. Now let's get into this Yuki. Now today we're not gonna do, after this video, we're gonna build our Yuki. We're gonna throw some stuff in him, just see how it works. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna build him tonight. And then tomorrow we'll do a video where I'm actually gonna start, you know, playing with him and, you know, using him in teams, you know, switching his skills back and forth and seeing how he works and all that stuff. But for today, we're just gonna unlock him, feed him some stuff, see how it works. So here we go. Let's unlock him. Finally got our Yuki. I was way behind because I never really focused on Thanatos because, as I always told you guys, unless you're getting this top 10 and you see Fwa now, Fwa is like miles ahead of everybody. JRMX and Fwa are pretty much like light years ahead of everybody else. But even before the server merge, it was really hard to get up top. And then you see my little score over here, my little 11K. And I just recently started working because if you look here, even though I'm in Legendary, I won't get these locks because it's rankings 5, so which means top 5 rankings, top 10 rankings, top 20 rankings. So I won't see any of these locks anyways. I might get somewhere at the bottom here, which I don't think so because I'm unranked, so I don't think I'll see any of these locks. But that's besides the fact. But that's why I never pushed Thanatos until Yuki came into the game. And then I really started, pushing Thanatos, grinding my runes, and getting it done. And I'm actually building a couple Lynches for that reason. Because for some reason, Lynch just does a ton of damage in Thanatos, guys. If you have Lynches and you're having issues getting a high score in Thanatos, just 6-star or Lynch and throw like attack slot 2, 4, and 6 on him. It doesn't have to be crit damage. Just all attack and just stack attack on Lynch, and he will do massive damage. He'll do more damage than any other monster on your team. I promise you that. So let's check out our Yuki. I pulled a bunch of stuff out of my storage. Now, the way I think this works is he's slot 4. If you feed him, like, let's say if I feed him Hattori, which I have extra Hattoris, guys, so don't worry. If I feed him Hattori for the leader skill, which is all speed, 19%, he should be Dark Faction. Now, I'm not sure if it goes by the 4th and the 3rd. So that's why, or if it goes by the rank. So I feel like if I feed him a 3-star, which I had pulled out also. Did I pull out? I thought I pulled out some 3-stars for leader skills. We're definitely going to feed him a Bone King. Now, the thing is, I don't know if I want to feed him the Bone King because I'm not sure how this works. I got to see how this works because I don't know if I can, like, if I feed him the Bone King with his passive, does it automatically go to his 3rd skill? Or can I use it in his 2nd skill? I'm not quite sure how this works. So that's the whole thing with today. That's what we're going to be testing out right now to see exactly how this works. So I just don't start wasting stuff. Because I believe once you pick the skill, like once you feed him something and you pick the skill, you're pretty much stuck with that. And you can't change the skill, that you feed him. So whatever you pick, that's what you're pretty much stuck with. All right, so we got a monk. So I'm going to give him the A1 monk for now. Demonic Swordsman. And as far as the leader skill goes, I was going to give him Hattori, but I'm going to wait for that too because I do want him to have a speed lead. I think that's good to have. But what I'm curious here, let's feed him a Ripper. We have a lot of Rippers, and he has an attack lead 15%. And I want to see if he stays Dark Faction. That is my question. Or does he have to have like 2 Dark Factions to stay Dark Faction? It's kind of confusing when you think about it, but I'm sure once you have him and you figure it out. So he comes evolved already. So he stays like this. And I know from watching other videos when you play with him and he uses like a skill in A1, he changes into that actual hero. So eventually, like, my endgame build would be Hattori speed lead, Bone King passive, which it's not going to be effective because I'm going to have to skill him up. So I'm going to need a bunch of, skill ups to do that. So I'm not going to feed him the Bone King right now. But that would be my lair setup. And then for my, my dungeon setup would be the Holy Swordsman's passive. And I'm pretty sure once if it's his 3rd passive, it's going to be Yuki's 3rd. If it's his passive, if it's the Swordsman's 3rd skill, it's going to be Yuki's 3rd skill. So I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work. Like, you can't make it his 2nd skill or his 1st skill. It's got to go by the skill that's lined up on the monster that you're feeding to it. So let's give him a leader skill first. Now, I'm pretty sure you can sanctify him too, but I think anything you do with Yuki, I'm pretty sure costs Yuki coins from Thanatos. So you have to keep collecting those coins in order to level him up. So star conversion, enhance. So I'm not going to enhance him. I'm going to 6-star him right after this video. So star conversion. Okay, so we got stack growth conversion. Oh, so I have 8 points. So if I want him to be like super attack heavy, I can just put all this into attack. If I want him to be super HP heavy, I can put all this into HP. Now, I don't know if you can switch this after you do it, That's something we're going to have to figure out in the future. But what I want to do is I want to start feeding him stuff. So what do I do? Just feed it to him? All right, so skill 1. So leader skill would be first. All right, so we just feed him Eve, Zeus. No, I'm only kidding, guys. Feed him Eve, Zeus, Chloe, and Azura. And Loki. We'll feed him Loki, too. This hero doesn't have a slot 4, so you actually, I would actually have to awaken him. So that's interesting. All right, so that's the first lesson we learned here. So, like, even though Hattori has a leader skill, I would have to unlock his leader skill before I can feed him to my Yuki to get that leader skill. So that's good to know. And I believe the same thing's going to go for Ripper then. So I don't know if we have to evolve Ripper or level him up to get his leader skill unlocked. Evolves. So wonder what Hattori is too. Evolve. We're going to wait to feed him Hattori. For now, I'm going to feed him Ripper just for a test. Because I'm almost 100% sure you can feed him as many monsters as you want, as many leader skills, as many third skills, second skills, and A1s as you want. I don't think there is a limit on it. So eventually, over time, you can just keep feeding him stuff and then just put like these crazy kits together. This is so much fun. I'm having, just even thinking about this, I'm having an awesome time. So let's, do I really not have enough to evolve him? I'm going to pause it. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to farm real fast. I'm going to farm up some of these. I was not prepared for this. Some of these Mark 1s. I will be right back. You guys know I'm an epic fail. And poof, we're back. Okay. That took a little bit longer than I thought. If you guys are ever looking for level 1 marks, farm stage 5, not stage 6 or 7, because I kept getting 2 and 3 marks instead of level 1 marks. And then the second I did stage 5, I started getting a bunch of level 1 marks. So it seems that stage 5 is the one to farm for those. Now, guys, I just wanted to say that what I'm doing now is I'm just testing stuff out. It's not going to be like my end game build for him. I just want to see how it works. And then eventually I'm going to play around with him and get him built 6-starred and get him on my ideal set. You know, because I know I can feed him like, you know, the demonic swordsman and get a 25% leader instead of a 15% leader. But the only reason I'm feeding him Ripper is because I want to see, because it says slot 4, it goes by slot 4 and slot 3 or something like that, that, you know, determines his faction. So I want him to be dark based, so this way he's strong against everything. So that is what I'm trying to test out here. So first things first, leader. Okay, first epic fail, we did not evolve Ripper. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to see how this is gonna work. I wish you can use him in PvP. I know it'd be crazy broken. It was the same like the Homunculus from Summoning War. You can only use him in PvE content, not PvP. I understand it because, you know, a unit like this is just so broken and overpowered. I wish you could have like use him in maybe like Arena, just like maybe if they come out with RTA and you can use him like, or maybe just like Arena or Apex, just like one of them, just to have some kind of fun, or maybe even in Guild Wars. Maybe you can use him in Guild Wars, I'm not sure. I haven't seen him in Guild Wars yet myself, so I'm guessing you can't use him in Guild Wars. We're gonna have to evolve. Oh, his passive is unlocked already, so we don't have to do anything. Okay, so skill tree. Leader skill. See, now I don't know if it's based on... See, now I don't know if I feed him a 4-star that is evil in his third, if the Ripper is just going to get canceled out. I have so many Rippers, so that's what we're testing here today. So now we're going to take his... Because I don't know if like one trumps all, like... So now is he dark based? I'm curious. So yes, so now he is, as of right now, he is dark faction. So now let's see what happens when we feed him the demonic swordsman for the passive. See, the funny thing is in the future, I think I'm going to end up using the Bone King's passive anyways. Because I think the Bone King's passive is better. So now you can see here, you have to make sure you pick the passive that you want. So I would actually have to switch the Bone King to, I think it's like piercing something passive. So you got to make sure you switch it before you click it. Okay, so it only shows you. So wait, so if this is skill 3, oh okay, so it only shows you their skill 3. So this is the first thing we clarified, is you can only use skill 3 for skill 3, skill 2 for skill 2, and skill 1 for skill 1. So you will not be able to run the Bone King passive and the Demonic Swordman passive at the same time. Like you can't run it on him together. You have to pick one or the other. I guess that would be crazy broken if you could. All right, but let's feed him. We want this passive. The only reason I won't be using this in the beginning is because you have to get it skilled up, because it's not going to be as effective because it's only 70% chance without skill ups. So you want this to be 100%, otherwise it's not as effective, but that's besides the point. Let's just get it over with. And eventually in the future, as we farm more Thanatos points, we will get it where we need it to be. Now let's see, and it takes 50 coins to level it up, and I'm sure that goes more expensive as you keep adding. I'm sure the first one is 50, level 3 is probably 100, and so forth and so forth. Now let's see. Yeah, see, now he's evil, so I'm guessing it goes by slot 4 and slot 3, the leader skill in slot 3, but it's whatever's higher. So if I'm using a 4-star in slot 3 and a 3-star in slot 4, so maybe when I feed Hattori for the leader skill, which we'll do in the future, I have to evolve him, and I don't have enough to evolve him right now. So we'll check that another time, but I feel like if I give him Hattori, I'll be able to keep him as Dark Faction. I'm pretty sure, because then it'll be 4-star, and he's Dark Faction, so it should cancel out the evil, but we'll check that out in the future. For now, evil's fine. Let's give him a second skill. With this passive, we want a second skill that does like a bunch of hits. I know a lot of people are using Spore, this one here, which just gives him like more, increases allies attack by 10% while active. We're looking for something that has a bunch of hits. We can feed him the monk, because we're going to take the skill 1 from the monk. I'm learning a lot right now. I didn't know much about him, and now it's all becoming a lot clearer. So he takes rank. So if you have a 3-star dark and a 4-star evil, it's going to turn into evil instead of dark. So you have to, if you want him to be dark, you have to have a 4-star, I believe, in his leader skill in order to keep him as dark. Or maybe you can have like another dark in his skill 1 or skill 2, and that will trump the evil. That's something we're gonna have to test in the future as well. But again, awesome. I love it. So for now, we're gonna give him the monk skill 1, because attack an enemy 2 times, and then he attacks all enemies. So that's 3 hits on an A1. Really matches the Demonic Swordsman's passive very well, and I believe eventually I might feed him an Archmage. I like the Archmage skill too, because he has a chance to keep taking like bonus hits, but that's something, again, for the future. I'm gonna have so much fun with this Yuki. So awesome. All right, let's absorb his Flame Paw. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna stay evil. So what's gonna happen here is the 4-star is gonna trump everything. I don't mind that we fed him the Ripper. It was good for testing. Now we need to find him a skill 2. I want something that hits a bunch of times. It's only 2 times. I saw something today that had like a bunch of hits. Let's check here. Eventually I'm going to give him a Holy Swordsman too for the A1. And then the Bone King. I want to give him Holy Swordsman's A1 and the Bone King's A3. And I feel like that's going to be a crazy combo in Lair. But that's something we'll do another time. Was it the wolf that had it? Yeah, 6 times. So that's a really good A2 to pair. All right, so let's feed him a wolf. Because that's 6 hits, so if you have that passive eventually in the future fully skilled up, that's 6 hits. Every critical hit is going to give your team 20% energy. That could be crazy broken, like craziness. I mean, again, it's only 70%, but the fact that you have it at 6 hits, it's definitely going to proc, at least once or twice at that point. There was another A2 that I was looking at too that actually hit 6 times. But I actually like Shadow Wolf's A2. And it's just easy for now, so let's just go with that. Then we're going to have to find some runes for this man. I was actually thinking about buying the $100 rune pack, but that will be another video as well. I think we're going to test our luck. Because I don't really buy much stuff in this. Like, I do buy stuff, like I bought the LD packs. I do spend some money, but I've never really bought like a bunch of LD packs or anything like most people do. I mean, rune packs. And my runes are they're not the worst, but they're not the best. So I feel like a nice, 6 legendary runes would really help out a lot. And I would buy either Berserk runes or immunity runes. If I were to ever spend money on runes, it would be Berserk or immunity, because those are like the most, I feel like the best common. Like, immunity is just a great set. You can use it on anything. And Berserk is just broken and works on any monster in the game. So where's the one that hits 6 times? And again, this hits 6 times no matter what. Like, it just does more damage as you skill it up, which is good. So no matter what, we're going to get 6 hits out of this. So let's absorb this. I feel like for this build right here, like if this was fully skilled up, 100%, you got 6 hits here and you got 3 hits here. You're going to be taking like so many turns. Now let's see what his faction is. So he's still evil. So what happens here is whatever's in your slot 4 or slot 3 and is the highest star level, that's what Yuki is going to be. So now if in my slot 4, if I put Hattori there, which I will eventually when I can evolve him, I can actually evolve him now. And I'm pretty sure if I do that, what's going to happen is Yuki's going to go back to... He's going to go back to the evil faction. I mean, not evil faction. He's going to go back to the dark faction. Here we go. Don't worry. It's 4:16 in the morning. Lots of stuff on my brain. I'm trying to process all this stuff. So, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure once I do that, once I feed... Let me just make sure... if I have another Hattori, I guess I'll just do it. I mean, it seems crazy just to feed him something just for leader skill. But if it makes him dark faction... But see, my issue with that is if I feed him the Bone King, then he's going to be evil anyways, because Bone King is going to be a 5-star. Alright, so let's just leave it alone. We're going to leave it alone for now. That's something we're going to do in the future. I want to do some research on that and see exactly how that works. Because I think if I feed him... What's Cleo's... Okay, so Cleo has a speed lead as well. But they're both 4-stars, so I'd rather feed Hattori over Cleo any day. And I believe my Hattori that I use now, and I have another one here. So that's probably what we're going to do. And let's see Masashi's leader skill. Oh, he has 33% attack. Now, Spaceballs. Now I bet you we shouldn't feed all those Masashis away, huh? I think I have another one too. So we can definitely make him Dark Faction in the future. Right now it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about it. But I think I have another one. Or did I feed him away? I must have converted it or fed it away. One or the other. I thought I had another one. I'm not going to feed that one because I'll just wait till I get another one in the future. But that's a good lead. 33% attack. And then 19 speed lead. And it keeps him Dark Faction. So that's, I don't know if you guys, however you guys are going to build your Yuki, but that's a good way to think about it. You get 2 great leader skills. And you get to keep him Dark Faction. Because they're both 4-stars. So as long as you don't feed him a 5-star or use a 5-star skill, he'll remain Dark Faction. So that's good to know. Let's throw some runes on him, and then we're going to wrap this one up because this one is getting super long. I'm just getting super crazy right now. Again, this is probably not the build we're going to keep, but this is just what I went with for now. Because this we're going to get to 33%. I'd rather have him... because I have so many other attack leads. I'm probably just going to put speed on him. Probably just going to use Hattori speed lead. I just got to process it. I'm definitely not going to feed him Musashi right now. Probably maybe in the future. But you see, we have so many Hattoris anyways. There's no reason not to. So I'm going to leave him out. I'll probably do that later. But I'm pretty sure once I feed him Hattori, he's going to stay Dark Faction as long as I keep that leader skill on him. I think it goes by the slot, by the leader skill and the slot 3. Whatever is the highest star level, that's what Yuki's faction is. So I'm pretty sure you can take that to the bank. I don't even know if I have any good runes right now. I want to put him on Berserk, especially with that passive. I don't think we're going to have anything. So I definitely think we're going to be buying that rune pack, guys. So stay tuned for that. Because I'm going to want him on a damage build. And I don't want to strip my Bone King, because my Bone King is the only damage Berserk set that I have right now. Let's see if we can just throw some conflict runes. I got so many conflict runes. Check out all these conflict runes. 109 conflict runes. I've been farming Lair like a madman. So let's see if we can throw some conflict runes on it. I have conflict runes all over the place. I've just been throwing conflict runes on everything just to like hold them for like storage. So I'm going to have to go through everything, because I have some really good ones that I have like on my Garuda and all that stuff. So I can definitely use that stuff. Alright, Speed Curve, but that's only a 5-star. I know I have better. Do this by slot. So I want him on an attack, crit damage, attack, because he's a PvE monster, so he does not need speed because he's not a PvP. The only time you'd want to put speed on him is if you're going against player versus player. And since you're not, you do not need speed. Like a little bit of speed, and especially if I'm going to have a speed lead on him, I definitely don't need to worry about speed. I'm going to be worrying about attack, crit damage, attack. And this is HP and speed, but I'm not getting any crit rate or anything. I'm just going to pull somebody else's runes off of him for now. I'll probably give him Bone King's runes for now just to mess around with him. But that's going to be for another video. I just wanted to play around with him, check him out, show you guys how, like, you know, because everybody was asking me in Discord today about how his faction works, like how he picks his faction. So we're going to go over it one more time. His faction is selected by his slot, his leader skill, or his slot 3. Whatever is the highest star level, that is Yuki's faction. So just know that. That's how it works. So you're probably going to want to end up feeding him an LD 4-star to keep him at dark. Eventually, I mean, I can't see anybody ever having a 5-star just laying around that you're going to want to feed to your Yuki, an LD 5-star. So you're probably going to have to have him as dark faction. You're probably going to have to use all 4 stars and not feed him. Because if I feed him the Bone King in his slot 3, he's going to be evil instead of dark. So that's one of those like drawbacks, but I'm sure they had to do something like that. Otherwise, he would just be completely broken. So that's how he works. You upgrade his skills and his stats. So what I would do is I'd probably just dump this all into attack, because again, he's not a PvP monster, he's PvE. So you just want to put as much damage on your Yuki as possible. So I'm just going to slam this attack until it's maxed out, and then if I can move on to something else, I will. But I'm just going to put everything into attack from his HP and his defense. Evolve, he's already evolved. And Sanctify, I'm pretty sure it costs Thanatos coins as well. Everything about Yuki costs Thanatos coins. So guys, build those lynches, put attack slot 2, 4, and 6 on it, and just go into Thanatos and grind those Thanatos coins, because boy, are you going to need them for your Yuki. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this one, guys. I hope you guys learned a little bit today. I learned a little bit today, that's for sure. Spaceballs definitely learned a lot this video. I'm very excited to have my Yuki unlocked. It's something fun to do. I think we're going to buy this pack up here. Maybe later today we'll do a video. We'll do like a Father's Day pack. But once again, guys, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope you guys have a happy and wonderful day with your families and your kids. I just wish you guys the best. If you're not a part of the giveaway, make sure you go down to the description and you get a part of the giveaway. If you want to be a part of the random giveaway, just make sure you're commenting, you're liking, and you're subbed to the channel to be a part of that. I'm actually going to be doing a surprise one really soon for you guys. So make sure you have your comments on the videos to be a part of it. But as always, guys, thank you so much for the support. We're growing so fast. I just can't thank you enough for it. I love you guys. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.